This is Brittany Blackwell, host of the Resilient Teacher Podcast, a proud member of the Education Podcast Network, along with this podcast. Each show on the network is independently owned, and the views expressed may not represent those of other podcasts. For the best education podcast, visit edupodcastnetwork.com.
Thanks for listening to the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast, where each week we talk about a free piece or two of technology that you can use in your classroom. I'm your host, Shannon Martin. I'm a middle school teacher, technology and instructional coach from my district.
And I'm a producer and husband, Fuzz Martin, and I'm the artificial part of this artificial intelligence duo. I don't know.
I know you were proud of that one. Good job.
Hey, artificial intelligence is better than no intelligence at all, right? So as long as I got a little.
Oh my goodness. Episode 207. We are here and it is almost spring break.
It was 70 here on Friday.
Yeah, like outside, people in shorts and t-shirts. And guess what?
We record this on Sunday. And now it's snowing, and there's like an inch of snow on the ground.
Welcome to Wisconsin.
It's 25 degrees. Yeah.
We just need spring break.
So we need July.
This is what they call like false spring.
Yes.
And there's usually two of these where you have false spring twice.
And then second winter.
And you have second winter, and then you have
fall spring again, and then third winter.
And then you actually get
spring for 4 days.
Yes. And then it's summer.
Yes.
Like that's how that's going to work. So super fun, but here in Wisconsin, at least, it is like around about springtime, depending on your school district, spring break time. So some schools like have spring break this upcoming week. Some people have spring break the following week and the week after, but somebody is getting a break soon. So I know it's well-deserved.
And you deserve it. You all deserve it.
It's that kind of time of the year when we need some extra assistance. So why not share another AI tool to assist you in keeping your sanity while teaching your students for the next couple of weeks here. So last week we talked about Gamma. I should say 2 weeks ago we talked about Gamma, but the last episode was Gamma, and it was an AI tool. And sometimes I try not to do things together, and sometimes I do them purposefully together. And I thought, I have another really cool AI tool, and I thought I'd really like to share this one as well. So the tool we're talking about this week is schoolai.com. Or you can look at app.schoolai.com.
Yep.
And it's school, schoolai.com. And this super awesome tool that is free and has so many awesome things about it. It's hard to just pick 5 to highlight, but obviously it's free, which we love. So for sure, that's a highlight. There are extensions that you can upgrade, but really there's so many free tools, which is awesome. It offers IEP support, which I think is really great for classroom teachers when you have to support with goals, and trying to come up with a language sometimes is difficult to make sure you're really clear in what you're setting up for your students to make sure that those goals are set clear and concise. So they do one of the tools is IEP goal writing, which I think is awesome. There's a rubric writer, which I love a good rubric writer because I use a lot of rubrics in my classroom. And while I have written a lot of rubrics in my 21 years of teaching, I still sometimes don't like the phrasing of it, or I'm trying to make something really clear for students, or I'm trying to so having an AI tool to help me write a rubric, I'll take any day. Especially then I can write a bunch of different ones if I need to set things up the way I want them to. This is one of those tools that can connect with all types of content areas. So it doesn't matter if you're teaching kindergarten or if you're teaching high school chemistry, these tools are going to support you in your classroom in a variety of ways. So they can help every kind of educator in every content area, not just one or two, which I think is super helpful.
Yep.
And again, saving you time and support and getting all the things done that we have to. There's a lesson planner in here too.
Yep.
for those that have to make sure, and it like aligns with your standards and your targets. I'll get to it. I'm very excited about this. And then also it's got like fun ways to connect with other teachers. So you can see like how other teachers are using it and what other resources they've created and what they've built for plans and things like that. So you can share ideas. And again, you're able just to connect with others, which I think is awesome. I love connecting with teachers from all over the place and just seeing new ideas and new cool creative things. So there are so many cool things about School AI, and I was very excited to share this one today because it just helps.
Yeah, it does. And it looks like it has a whole lot of things. So
yeah, so
like way too many for us to get into, but what makes you like it the most?
Yes. So if you go to School AI, you have like your launch pad, and it's got the little sidekick, it's got find space, it's got create a space. You can unlock things if you have a free account, so it includes parts of it, but then you also like your district could really hook you up that with all the money our districts have, you could get some support. But there are these different spaces that you can share. So even they have like Women's History Month, and they have March spaces for different things like Read Across America and stuff like that. But so you have spaces, you can discover, you can create, there's sessions. So you have all that. There's a lot to dig into, like you said. I'm going to highlight the tools right now because that's my favorite place where all the things are. But there's so many different resources that you could use any one part of this, and it's going to save you time in your classroom. So there are, if you go across the top, the little toolbar, there's a tools button. And if you click on that, it will create generating like multiple choice quizzes, build your own like creative documents. I want to highlight, so the rubric generator I talked about before. So let's go there.
Okay.
Because I love a good rubric creator. So you type in your grade. I'm going to pretend like I teach fourth grade today. The assessment title is going to be the Capitol, Wisconsin State Capitol. Our child is learning about this right now. Capitol. Assessment details. So we're going to talk about like highlights of the Wisconsin State Capitol. Point scale, we're drop around on 1 to 4. Additional information, we can talk about how this was a research at a fourth grade level, research project, highlighting the Capitol building. If anybody ever knew this, it's burned down twice.
Wow.
It's been built 3 times.
They had to lower the mast so that it was lower than the U.S. Capitol building because when they first put that up, it was higher.
Oh, that's a fun tip.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun to highlight. Okay, so I'm getting carried away with actually like creating this assignment right now. Researching the project. Okay. And it's Capitol building. Cool. All right. Standards. We're going to do, and what's cool is you click on standards, you'll give grade level, subject area, and it actually pulls them up for you. Now, this is going to pull up English standards for me because we're writing a paper, and you can pick your state. So if I'm going to find my Wisconsin standards and I'm going to pick my state and my subject, it will break it down. So depending on what state you're searching, it will break down. Like they even have, like for Wisconsin, they have fine arts, they have foreign languages, health, math, nutrition, physical education, science, social studies, K-5. So Wisconsin standards are all in there. Depending on how your state sets up standards, they're accurate to your state, which I appreciate. And then you can choose your strand. So I'm going to choose history standards. And then I literally can go through and click the topics that I want to cover and research past and present, describing cooperation, independence, explain history, culture. Like it's very, very cool. And then once I've like chosen all of those things, and then I can just hit go, and it's going to do exactly what I want it to do, which is fantastic. And it's going to make all the things that I want it to. And so I think it's very, like you pick your standards, drops them all in, you click generate. And obviously I did not write a very strong prompt this time. That's the thing you have to learn about. And I feel like some people get frustrated with AI because you really do have to write very clearly
the prompts.
Yeah. And I've worked on that, and I've actually practiced writing AI prompts to make it do what I want it to do. But anyway, with not much of a prompt, it has created me a rubric about the Wisconsin State Capitol, and it covers explanation of history and culture, provides comprehensive explanation of history and culture and sovereignty, and it like drops like the standard in there, use of sources, because we talked about research, political values, highlighting the capital. So it's very like it's a nicely laid out rubric. I can go in, I can edit it if I choose to. It gives me all of the doc choices across the top, and boom, like I have a rubric created, which is awesome and fantastic. And then I can share it, copy this little link, I can export it, I can change the prompt if I want to, and I'm good to go. Like that rubric is set for me. I can go use it for something, which is super cool.
Mhm.
Love it. Love everything about that. So like rubric is, what are you putzing with right now?
I was putzing with the jokes one.
Of course.
Uh-huh.
Do you have a joke for us?
I did, and then I kind of lost it. Oh nope, there it is. Okay, here we go.
Ready?
Are you ready?
Yes.
Why was the Titanic so bad at keeping secrets?
I don't know. Why?
It had too many leaks. Oh, do I have a? Oh, I do. There we go.
I'm
All right.
so glad that you
All
got
right.
the buttons
Got-
loaded in again.
Got two more. What did the iceberg say to the Titanic? Stop following me. I'm not a tour guide. I don't know. It wasn't very good.
No.
Why didn't the Titanic finish its journey? It couldn't get past that sinking feeling. Oh, all right, folks.
Okay.
I'll be here all weekend. Tip your waitress. Try the veal.
Don't hurt yourself.
Don't hurt yourself.
Okay, so back to the cool tools now that we've shown you two of them. Other things, oh my gosh. So they have a text translator. Love that. I talked about the IEP ones in my highlights for setting high IEP goals. They have vocabulary lists that'll generate vocabularies based on a subject or topic. So highlighting vocabulary, story word problems, letter of recommendations, class letters, performance tasks generators, syllabus writers. Ooh, that would be nice. PLC agendas for those of you that are meeting with your staff. And then it keeps your recent documents across the bottom. And that's not all of the things. That's just some of them. There's a text leveler, which I think is super helpful. I use a lot of different text pieces in my class. And so being able to level text when we're reading it together is really helpful. Also for small group work in the classroom based on text is there. Multiple choice quizzes, lesson plans, worksheets, build your own. So there are so many different tools with School AI that you can check out and try out, along with, again, in the spaces you can create, discover. And then the new section that they have added, it's called community. And again, it's across the top. And here it's like, welcome to our community. You can introduce yourself.
Oh.
And then as you go through there, there's other educators and they talk about like where they're from, what they did, what tool they used. And you can pose questions and, or you can see what they've created. And so there's like, you can introduce yourself and then there's like a swag swap. And then there's a little certifications if you want to get like certified in School AI, if you need that for like professional development. And then they have just different ways of collaborating and connecting with other teachers. They have a little show and tell area, which I think is really cute. And so you're able to say like how or what you created. So this one teacher, like just the first one here, here's a rubric I created using the rubric tool on Lady Macbeth's influence. And so you can look and click on it. And then that's what the other teacher created for something in their classroom. So you have ideas, which I love being able to share ideas with other teachers. So I think that that's really neat that they are able to do that and connect with School AI and to be able to see other teachers' resources and connect with other teachers that way.
Mm-hmm.
And then they also have, again, another section for resources and spaces for teachers. So not only do they have tools, but you can connect with other teachers along with many other just options. They have a little assistance section as well, where you can click on that, like co-teacher, and they'll give you a little chat bot.
Yeah, like, hey, I no longer have a field trip coordinator, so I can use the field trip coordinator assistant to help create an agenda for a field trip.
Yep. And like brainstorm those things. They have a curriculum coach, like working on a new course. Let me help you. So it can help you if you like need some like support or some professional development. Or I just think like sometimes you just want to bounce an idea off of somebody.
Yep.
And while it's not a human, like it's obviously going to be AI. It also is just a way to kind of flush out your own thoughts or ideas. And because we don't always have time to run down the hallway and ask somebody something because there's a billion other things going on. So those little assistants are also there that you can check in with as well.
I would say that's probably the way that I use AI the most in my career in marketing is that I will say like, here's my strategy that I came up with for, X, Y, or Z brand or whatever the, campaign is going to be. And then what am I missing? Or can you make any other recommendations, or how would you make this better? And it's really good and obviously very quick.
Yeah, it's like instant feedback.
Yeah, it helps you.
Your idea is horrible. Try something better.
It's never said that, but sometimes I wonder if it thinks it.
Try again.
Whoa, hey.
So,
you ever had imposter syndrome? Because you should.
Let me make you feel bad about you. But no, so again, these are there for support and to help you support the essay grading assistant. That's one of those where I'm like, am I grading this right? Does this look right? Yeah. There's a little digital literacy coach. Anyway, so again, School AI has all of these awesome tools. Check them out.
Is there an amount that you can use, or that you can just keep using it? Or?
You can use it. I haven't gotten to the point where I'm like locked out of anything, but there are some tools that will say like within the spaces or like certain pieces that you need like the
enterprise thing or whatever,
the non-school, like the non-free account.
Gotcha.
So there are pieces that you can use, up to so much of it. And then they're like, hey, you need to not use the free version. But when it comes to the tools and stuff, I've been good so far. So
awesome.
Yeah. So check out School AI. It is an awesome resource. It is helpful for all content areas. And as a teacher with time constraints in your life, check it out. It will save you some time and some brain power. So thanks for tuning in. This has been the Tech Tools for Teachers podcast. If you ever have any questions, you can find me on Blue Sky, Threads, Facebook, Instagram, and at SmartNWI. And if you want to get more information on the links to the technology discussed in this episode, visit smartandwi.com. If you'd like to support the show, please consider buying me a coffee or two. Visit buymeacoffee.com/smartandwi or visit smartandwi.com and click on that cute little purple coffee cup. Your donations help keep the show going. New episodes coming up each week, but after spring break. Thanks for listening. Go educate and innovate.
The ideas and opinions expressed on this podcast and the SmartNWI website are those of the author, Shanna Martin, and not of her employer. Prior to using any of the technologies discussed on this podcast, please consult with your employer regulations. This podcast offers no guarantee that these tools will work for you as described, but we sure hope they do. Hey, Shanna, what's an AI's favorite type of music?
I don't know.
Algorithms.
Nice.